Hello, Skittles is Cool here, and welcome to another episode of my Q&A series. And sorry if I'm sounding a bit, or if I'm looking a bit tired, it's because yet again, this is another one of those recordings where I'm really tired. And the reason why is because I have a TAFE course at 1, and it's now 10 o'clock in the morning, so I really got to get this done. So, yeah. Anyway, first question. Who is Nyx? It's been driving me crazy. Nyx is an OC from the fanfic Past Sins, and the whole story, not to spoil any of it, there's an evil cult called the Children of Nightmare who attempt to resurrect Nightmare Moon. However, Celestia intervenes, and instead of creating Nightmare Moon, it instead creates Nyx, a little black Alicorn filly with a purple mane and turquoise dragon-like irises. Twilight takes in Nyx as a guardian, and I'm not going to say anything else because I don't want to spoil the rest of it for those of you who haven't already read the fanfic. And if I remember correctly, then the name Nyx actually comes from Greek mythology. The Nyx from Greek mythology, if my information on Greek mythology is correct, is the goddess of the night who was born from the gods of chaos and darkness. And oh god, I just gave thousands of Yaoi fangirls brilliant shitfic ideas. Oh god. Have you been to any Brony conventions? If so, have you met any of the cast? No, I have not been any to Brony conventions, unfortunately. The only convention I've ever gone to was AvCon, and I did meet a few Pixisters there, but none of the cast, obviously. But there is a pony convention in Sydney that's starting in April, so I might be able to go to that. As for meeting any of the cast, no, I have not met any of the cast. What's your favourite fan-made MLP video? It will probably have to be Epic Wub Time and the Pony.mob series. Has there been a moment in the show that made you feel emotional? If so, which moment? Now there's the one part from the show that actually made me shed a tear was the scene at the end of Baby Cakes where the babies were both like, Pinky! Hi! Yeah, I gotta admit, I busted a tear at that scene. I shed a single manly tear. Will you do Gmod gameplay? Probably not. I do have Gmod on my Steam library, but I almost never play it because it's sort of like Minecraft, only way more complicated. So, unless I actually get the feel of Gmod, then probably not. Where did you get that Keep Out Gamer at Work poster? That poster I actually got at my local Big W store for 15 bucks. I saw it there and I just couldn't resist. Have you seen the anime called Soul Eater? Yes, I have heard about Soul Eater and one of my friends actually bangs on about it all the time, but no, I haven't actually seen it. Should I tell my parents I'm a brony? If I were you, I wouldn't tell them. I wouldn't just go up to them and say, I like ponies. What I would do is I would drop subtle hints every now and again so they can figure it out on their own. That's what I would do, and that's what I would recommend doing. What energy drink were you drinking last episode? That drink was actually called, it's called V. It's a energy drink that's sold here in Australia and New Zealand, and if for those of you who haven't tasted it, it's kind of like Red Bull, only it tastes better. How's the weather like in Australia? Fucking hot. You mentioned that you had a PS2 and you had the Jak and Daxter trilogy. Have you ever played Ratchet & Clank or Sly Cooper? I haven't actually played any of the Ratchet & Clank series. I think I actually played the demo of the second one on PS2, but I just never really got into it like I do with Jak and Daxter and all the others. As for Sly Cooper, I haven't played the first one. I've played halfway through the second one, and I have got the third one, and I just love it. And I can't wait for the new one that's coming out. Do your parents know that you're a brony? Yes, they do know I'm a brony, and they just sort of see it as another one of my weird hobbies of mine. They don't really look into it. What is your outro music that you were playing with the Minecraft sword? That music is actually some stock music from Final Cut Pro that, it's called Motocross, and the reason why people, and I've had tons of comments saying, oh my god, what's the music, it's so cool, oh my god, I want to download it, where is it? So yeah, no, if you have I think it's on iLife, or was it just the Final Cut? Oh fuck, I can't remember, but yeah, that's that. What does that Keep Out poster behind you say? The poster says, Keep Out, Gamer at Work, blowing stuff up, smashing cars, mastering moves, leave food at drinking door, do not disturb. Do you think it would be logical to have Trixie come back for a third time and be added as a companion for Twilight? I actually think that wouldn't make much sense, because if there was another episode where Trixie was in it, it would pretty much just be fan service and shipping fuel. The only reason if she was ever added back in for another episode, it will probably have to be because of the storyline for that episode. If the ponies were to clash universes with one game dimension, which would you want to be selected? No, that's an easy one. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Oh, technically it's one universe. Do you like Littlest Pet Shop? I do know that there is like the new Littlest Pet Shop show that's been released by the same animation company as Friendship Magic. I'm sort of neutral about it. I haven't actually watched any of the episodes, but I still don't hate it. So, see, I'm kind of neutral towards it. Do you know that Littlest Pet Shop has Rule 34? Yes, I am aware. I've seen some before. It's not pretty. Have you read My Little Dashie? If so, did you cry? Yes, I have read My Little Dashie, and surprisingly, I did not tear up during the whole story. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love this story. I love just how it's just so sad and emotionally gripping, but I just didn't tear up like everyone said I would. Are you sexy? You bet I am, baby. Do you think Rainbow Dash is sexy? Only under the right circumstances. What do you think of Pokemon X and Y? Wait, there's a new Pokemon coming out? Oh, for fuck's sake. If you were able to become a pony and go to Equestria, would you? The catch is, you are a mare! Yeah, why not? You only live once, right? YOLO! If you had a chance to meet a voice actor from MLP, or a famous person from the Verona community, who would it be? Most definitely would probably have to be Tara Strong, because she's like from like all the shows from my childhood, like Fairly Odd Parents. I think she was in Rugrats if I remember correctly. She voiced Kira from Jak 3, so yeah, she's pretty much just been a massive part of my childhood, and only recently I've only realised it. How is it to have some fans? Well, it's certainly really good knowing people are loving my content, but it also can be kind of intimidating as well, to be honest. Do you know any good websites for watching English dubbed anime? Yes, I do know a site where it has like a whole library of anime, both subbed and dubbed, that you can watch online. It's called watchcartoononline.com, and I'll link it in the description for those who want to check it out. I'm a lonely blue Kirby. Should I have sex with Rainbow Dash or kill myself? Why not do both? In Captain Hook the Biker Gorilla, you knew who Blubbo was. So with that, who was your favourite character from Homestar Runner? That's tough to say. I'll probably have to be Homsar, just because he's completely random, and Strong Bad, just because, well, the way I think about it is that Strong Bad emails are sort of like a precursor to all the Ask Tumblr blogs out there. I know, I'm surprised too. Who would you fuck? Who would you buck? Who would you marry? And who would you kill? Who would I fuck? Vinyl. Seriously, have you seen that ass? My god! Who would I buck? Chrysalis. Who would I marry? Fluttershy. Who would you kill? Pinkamena. If you could have any superpower you wanted, what would that power be? Easy. Mind control. You can literally do anything with that. Have you heard of Black Rock Shooter? Yes, I have heard of Black Rock Shooter. In fact, I've got the DVD for Christmas. I actually really like it, and I definitely recommend it for those of you who haven't seen it yet. If you saw Rainbow Dash for real, what would you do? Have you heard of Fallout Equestria? Yes, I have heard of Fallout Equestria, and no, I haven't read it, mainly because it's like a bloody novel more than a fanfic. What is your favourite fanfic? Okay, now if I were to list all of my favourite fanfics, then we would probably be here till the end of next year, but I'm just going to list out some of my top favourites. There's Cupcakes, My Little Dashie, Anthropology, Past Sins, Doomsday Ascending, there's On a Cross and Arrow, Waking Nightmares, False Trader True Hero, and Shipping and Handling. But because I just love so many fanfics, that's why I made my new series Fanfic of the Month, and you can check that out as well, and I should have a new one coming at the end of this month. What are your thoughts on King Sombra? I actually think King Sombra is actually a really cool villain. Not only does he look evil, but that laugh is just, that just sounds really awesome. Yes, and I know Sombra does get a lot of hate, but that's only because he didn't get enough lines or screen time. If he did have more lines or screen time, he would have been eaten up like hotcakes. And besides, I think you're just completely overlooking the fact that he's actually quite a really crafty villain. I mean, think about it. He can take over an entire empire and turn all the residents into slaves. He makes a hidden passageway that can only be accessed by dark magic, which only he can use. He makes a door that leads to your worst nightmares, and when Twilight tried to get the Crystal Heart, it was booby-trapped and locked her up. He is a really crafty villain. What is your opinion on the darker side of the fandom? I think I already touched up on this in the first episode about Cloppers. I don't mind Rule 34 and I don't mind Cloppers. As for Grimdark, I really like Grimdark stuff. Are you a duck? Damn it, how did he know? Do you know what Yowie is? If so, do you like it? Oh god. Yes, I do know what Yowie is, and no, I do not like. Oh, hang on. I don't want to sound like a homophobe or anything, but I don't particularly hate it, but it's just not my cup of tea. And I'll just leave it at that. What do you think about hack and slash games? I really like hack and slash games, because the combat is I just find really, really fun. Like in Diablo 3, I just really like the fact that you can cast like this massive area of effect spell and everything just dies. I just find that so satisfying. And also, God of War 3, which I may have mentioned before in my Let's Plays, that I really, really like that. Favourite Team Fortress 2 character? I'll give you a hint.
Thanks for standing still, wanker.
Okay, I think I'm gonna end this off now. It's been a long day, I got shit to do, and yeah. Don't forget to leave questions in the comments below or as a message on Tumblr or YouTube or whatever. My name's Skittles is Cool, and I'll see you next time.